Callaway Steelhead XR irons going head-to-head against the Rogue ST. On paper, this matchup looks like a total blowout. You have the Rogue ST, an expensive, highly engineered iron that supposedly fixes everything wrong with your swing. Then you have the Steelhead XR. This is an older club that most guys completely ignore when they walk into a pro shop. But here's the thing. That forgotten Steelhead XR might actually be the smartest money you spend all year. On the flip side, the Rogue ST might trick you into paying a massive premium for upgrades you literally can't even feel on the course. If you are sick and tired of overpaying for golf gear and just want to know what actually works, this explainer is exactly what you need.
Welcome to Golf Gear Showdown, where we put golf gear head-to-head to help you pick the right winner for your bag without the marketing fluff. I'm Mike, the data and specs guy, and I am here with Jape, your everyday 15 handicapper.
Let me paint a picture of why this specific matchup matters so much right now. Picture yourself standing in your local pro shop. Over on the used rack, you spot the 2016 Steelhead XR. When Callaway designed these, they relied on a really smart concept. They took the legendary shape of the old X14 irons, known for great turf interaction, and merged it with their 360 face cup technology. Then you glance across the room at the premium display and see the 2022 Rogue ST. This is the modern game improvement flagship, featuring an AI-designed flash face cup. The marketing posters insist the performance gap between 2016 and 2022 is absolutely massive. It frames the choice as premium performance versus outdated tech.
You hit the nail on the head, Mike. That framing is precisely why everyday golfers get confused and waste their hard-earned cash. Let's be real for a second. Both of these are genuinely good irons. They are just built for totally different priorities and completely different budgets. The actual performance gap between them is way smaller than the brands want you to believe.
Here are the 6 rounds we are using to judge this head-to-head battle. We will cover distance, forgiveness, accuracy, feel, price, and golfer fit. Stick with us today. Round 3 is going to reveal something shocking about accuracy that average golfers completely miss when buying clubs. Let's get right into it.
Round 1, distance and performance. Based on design intent, both of these irons are built to absolutely crush the golf ball. They each utilize a version of Callaway's face cup tech. Basically, the edges of the club face act like a hinge, letting the center flex inward at impact and spring back like a trampoline. The Steelhead XR pushes right up against the legal limit for ball speed, but Callaway also jacked the lofts to match. A 7-iron in that set plays a lot more like a traditional 6-iron. The Rogue ST modernizes that exact same approach. Designers use supercomputers to generate a face specifically tuned to every single loft in the bag for maximum speed. Hold up, Mike. The Rogue ST definitely looks better on a launch monitor, but I have to challenge you out on the grass. Distance only matters if you actually know where the ball is going. A 15 handicapper trying to clear a front bunker doesn't want to fly it 10 yards over the back of the green into the woods. Jacked lofts can be incredibly punishing if you aren't dialed into your exact yardages. That is a completely fair point, Jake. Out on the course, control is everything. But based purely on raw distance tech and ball speed numbers, the Rogue ST wins round 1. Just to be crystal clear though, it is only the winner for golfers who chase every single extra yard and possess the swing speed to launch strong lofted irons high into the air. Round 2, forgiveness.
Listen up closely, because how your mishits behave is the one category that could completely flip your buying decision today. The Steelhead XR is a genuinely forgiving iron. It features a longer blade length from heel to toe and a hollow bore through hosel that saves crucial weight. However, the Rogue ST is an entirely different beast. It is literally engineered to bail you out of terrible mistakes.
You are spot on. Inside the Rogue ST Max, Callaway packed up to 62 grams of high-density tungsten. That is a staggering amount of weight for an iron head. This specific design pins the center of gravity incredibly low and deep behind the golf ball. When you pair that extreme perimeter weighting with the AI face, the club maintains ball speed across way more of the hitting area. You can catch it out on the toe or thin on the bottom groove, and the ball still launches up in the air.
Let me translate that for the everyday guy. Common feedback suggests the Rogue ST almost completely hides a bad swing. If your contact is inconsistent, like mine definitely can be on an early Sunday morning, having that kind of extreme help matters a lot more than you think. The round 2 winner is the Rogue ST by a clear margin, specifically for higher handicaps and inconsistent ball strikers. Don't click away just yet, because we are heading into accuracy and control next. This is exactly where the older tech puts up a massive fight. Round 3, accuracy and control. Look, the Rogue ST's heavy tungsten weighting and strong lofts create an incredibly hot flight off the face. You get this penetrating, low spin trajectory that cuts straight through the wind to deliver maximum total carry.
Mike, we are gonna have to totally disagree on this one. Those strong lofts and hot flights are exactly what ruins scorecards for average players. Distance irons have a terrible reputation for being what we call jumpers. You can put the exact same smooth swing on an 8-iron 3 times and get 3 completely different yardages depending on where you strike the face. Low-spin hot flights also tend to hit the green and just roll right out into the fringe. That creates massive gapping issues, especially down in your short irons. Meanwhile, the Steelhead XR has a secret weapon that modern distance guys completely overlook: progressive center of gravity. The internal weight sits low and far back in the long irons to help you launch them. Then, as you move into the short irons and wedges, that weight shifts higher up. This creates a controlled, penetrating, high-spin flight. For the average golfer, you get vastly more predictable gaps from club to club.
Okay, Jake, I hear you. I will happily concede this round. If dispersion and predictable yardages matter more to you than chasing peak simulator numbers, the older design holds up surprisingly well out on the turf. The round 3 winner is the Steelhead XR for golfers who want tighter gaps. Round 4, feel and confidence.
Standing over the golf ball involves a massive psychological factor. The Steelhead XR has a remarkably classic, clean look to it. At address, it simply looks more traditional than most chunky modern game improvement irons. The Rogue ST, on the other hand, is noticeably oversized. It sports a much thicker top line and a rounder head shape. Now, that screams easy to hit for a beginner or a high handicapper. Better players, though, might find it way too bulky behind the ball. Feel is also entirely about acoustics and the vibrations traveling up the shaft into your hands. Callaway actually injected proprietary urethane microspheres much higher up the face, on the inside of the Rogue ST. Most golfers describe the result as feeling softer and significantly more solid even on really bad mishits. It delivers a muted, buttery thud. The Steelhead does have a steel-infused urethane layer, but it still produces a much livelier pop off the face, along with a slightly clicky sound. That clicky sound can make the club feel firm if you don't hit it dead center. We are calling this round a tie. The Rogue ST wins on its soft, modern feel, while the Steelhead wins on classic address confidence.
Round 5, price and value.
Pay close attention right now, because I'm going to give you a smart shopper move that most golfers completely miss. We have to talk about the brutal financial reality of modern golf gear. You can walk into a store, drop $1,200 on a brand new set of irons, and 2 years later, they are worth maybe $500. Are you paying the current model tax for tech you can't even feel? Both of these irons launched at premium flagship prices in their respective years. Today, the Steelhead XR is several generations old. You can easily find it on the used market in great condition for an absolute fraction of what it costs brand new. The real question you must ask yourself isn't just which one is cheaper, it is whether the Rogue ST's newer AI face technology is actually worth paying an $800 premium for. For the vast majority of budget-conscious everyday golfers, the answer is a hard no.
I could not agree more. The round 5 winner by a mile is the Steelhead XR. Stick around because we are about to cover the biggest buying mistake you can possibly make. But first, let's assign these irons to specific swings.
Round 6, golfer fit. Let's break down exactly who should buy what, plain and simple. If you are a beginner or a high handicapper fighting a nasty slice, the Rogue ST Max is the safer play. You really need that heavy tungsten tech to hide your mistakes. If you are a senior or you just have a significantly slower swing speed, look at the Rogue ST Max OS. The OS stands for oversized, and it is specifically built to help launch the ball effortlessly into the air.
What about mid-handicappers with halfway decent contact?
You absolutely want the Steelhead XR. For sheer distance and extreme forgiveness seekers, go Rogue ST all day long. If you constantly battle a slice, go Rogue ST. But for budget buyers or literally anyone shopping the used market to save some cash, the Steelhead XR is the undisputed choice.
Here is some insider advice on the absolute biggest buying mistake everyday golfers make in this specific matchup. Make sure you do not do this. Way too many guys assume newer always means better. They end up paying full retail price for the Rogue ST when their swing isn't even consistent enough to feel the difference the AI face provides. On the flip side, some guys buy cheap. They grab the older Steelhead XR just to save a buck, realize they actually needed maximum perimeter forgiveness to get the ball airborne, and then loudly blame the club for their terrible scores. The smarter move? Be fiercely honest with yourself. Match the iron to your typical contact, not the model year stamped on the hosel or the price tag on the shelf.
Let's do a fast, honest rundown of the pros and cons. We offer zero brand protection on this channel. Steelhead XR. Pros: a classic, confident look behind the ball and incredible used market value. Cons: it is older tech, possesses a slightly clicky feel off the face, and the strong lofts without modern spin control can cause serious gapping issues at the bottom of your bag. Rogue ST Pros: you get that modern AI face, serious tungsten forgiveness that bails you out of bad swings, and a much softer feel at impact. Cons: it is incredibly expensive brand new, the oversized bulky look isn't for everyone, and the extra ball speed tech may honestly be massive overkill for solid ball strikers.
It is time for our final verdict. Overall winner, the Rogue ST, as the best all-around modern option. Best value and best used market option, the Steelhead XR, by an absolute landslide. Beginners and high handicappers, Rogue ST Max. Mid-handicappers, Steelhead XR. For sheer distance and forgiveness, Rogue ST. Seniors, Rogue ST Max OS. What if you have absolutely no budget limit? Get the Rogue ST. Here's the bottom line. If you want the newest, softest, most forgiving tech on the market and budget is not an issue, the Rogue ST easily wins a spot in your bag. But if you want a genuinely great, forgiving, classic-looking iron for a fraction of the premium price, the Steelhead XR remains one of the smartest buys in all of golf.
Now we want to hear directly from you. What is your current handicap, and which of these two irons wins a starting spot in your bag? Let us know down in the comments. If this explainer helped you stop wasting your hard-earned money, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. Next time on Golf Gear Showdown, we are putting the TaylorMade P790 right up against the Mizuno Pro 225. It is going to be an absolute heavyweight battle.